Always. So Gagan, provide me an update please on the low wage LMIA.
This has been a hot topic since the announcement made by the minister in Canada. And I'm going to break this into three parts. One, what is this announcement all about? And second, who is not impacted by this announcement and policy shift? And third, what the future holds. Now, to begin, the government is recalibrating how the temporary foreign worker program has to be in place in Canada. And this announcement was one of those paths that the government is taking. Now, the government specifically announced that they will refuse to process labor market impact assessments in low-wage streams starting September 26, 2024. So what that really means that end of this month, any employer who is submitting an LMIA for a low-wage stream for a work permit will be refused by the government. Second, the employers will now be allowed to hire only up to 10% of their total workforce through temporary foreign worker program. And that's again a shift from what was done earlier. This is actually we are rolling back to the pre-COVID era where these policies were in place. And third, the maximum duration of employment for workers hired through the low-wage stream will be reduced to 1 year. Earlier, it was for 2 years and they could be extended. Now it's for 1 year and we don't know how the extension would impact. Now, specifically for our listeners who are tuning in now for LMIA, LMIA is a path for Canadian employers to hire temporary foreign workers on a low wage or a high wage stream. Low wage stream is defined as someone who will be offered a position and with a wage that is lower than the median wage of the province. Now, of course, with any law, this regulation also has few nuances, and we'll leave that for another day. Now, how that policy has impacted or who it has impacted and who it has not impacted. Now, the first part is this policy has exceptions, and which is anyone who is the foreign worker who will be employed in seasonal or non-seasonal jobs in food security sectors, in construction and healthcare will not be impacted with this low-wage stream LMIAs. So even if those foreign workers are hired but they are in these industries, they will not be impacted and their low-wage stream LMIAs will be processed as usual. Now, who are not impacted are high-wage LMIAs. Now, these LMIAs target anyone who's, of course, having higher wage than the median wage of the province. Number two is intra-company transfers. These are programs under International Mobility Program, so their work permits will be processed. Although we have to also understand the second announcement that is made, where the employer cannot hire more than 10% of their workforce through temporary foreign worker program. So we have to see whether it's the low wage or the high wage, and then of course the unemployment rate of the metropolitan area. So there are a number of factors that's going on here, and they're all moving parts. The unemployment rate could be higher and could change in next few months. So we just have to keep watching and keep looking at each of our client and their background when processing such applications.
Thank you, Gagan. You know, you kept keeping an eye out for us on what's happening and how it's really panning out always. So Thank you for
absolutely.
That.
It's a rolling process. The government is going to make further changes. It has hinted that there'll be another 90-day period when they will be making more announcements, and that could touch high-wage stream LMIAs as well. So we just have to wait and watch and see how the temporary foreign worker program in Canada will be impacted in coming days as well.
So wait and watch with anticipation. That's what we are going to do. Thank you again, Gagan. So folks, if you are at a crossroads stuck in the US and Canadian law, may worry no more, because the NPZ Law Group is at hand to help you navigate your way, and you can get the help you need by visiting visaserve.com or calling them at 201-670-00.